Hey guys, this is Ada coming in with another quick word. Um, I was thinking about how sometimes when you move by faith, how God will just open doors for you. And the story of the lepers came to mind, and this story is found in 2 Kings 7:3. And I'm going to read you that story, guys, and I hope that it will fall on good soil. I hope the soil of your heart can receive this, okay? Okay, now there were 4 men with leprosy at the entrance of the city gate. They said to each other, "Why stay here and die?" And as you guys know, leprosy was a disease that separated people from their loved ones. If they were found to have leprosy, they had to stay out of the city gates. They couldn't come into contact with anybody. They had to stay isolated. So in this particular case, these lepers, they didn't have any food. They were hungry, and they were debating on whether they should try to get up and go get food. Okay, if we say we go into the city, the famine is there. If we will die, and if we stay here, we will die. So let's go over to the camp of the Arameans and surrender. If they spare us, we live, and if they kill us, then we die. Okay. And thus they got up and went to the camp of the Arameans. When they reached the edge of the camp, no one was there. For the Lord had caused the Arameans to hear the sound of chariots and horses and great armor, so that they said to one another, "Look, the king of Israel has hired the Hittite and the Egyptian king to attack us." So they got up and fled in the dust and abandoned their tents and their horses and donkeys, and they left the camp as it was and ran for their lives. So guys, God honor faith, because they chose to go and try to help themselves and get food for themselves. God honor faith. Now in the natural, they could have been, if they would have only looked in the natural and not had trust and faith in God, they could either stay there and die, without food. But their faith moved them to action, because faith without works is dead. So they got up and they went into the camp of the Arameans, and they were able to get what they needed to live. And God caused the sound of a mighty army, caused the Arameans to hear the sound of an army, which wasn't even there. And that allowed them to move into their camp undetected and get what they need and live. So guys, and that's under the old covenant. So if God honored their faith under the old covenant, how much more will he honor your faith now? A lot of times we stay in situations because we lack the faith to get up and move, and we're looking strictly in the natural, and we're not thinking that we serve a God who is supernatural. And by faith, we get up and we are moved to action, whatever that action is. And so when we move by action, God is working on the other end, because we chose to get up and move and not just sit there. So I don't know who this is for today. It may be for many of you. It may be for one. It may be for two. My word for today is get up. Get up and move by faith. Do not sit there in that same situation day after day, year after year. Get up and move by faith. Through prayer, ask God for the answer. And when he gives you the answer, be willing to move, because work by faith without works is dead. And so, I don't know, guys. I pray that you would allow the Lord to work through you. I pray that you would get up and you would do whatever he's putting in your heart to do. Don't allow fear to keep you stuck. Don't allow fear to keep you in a situation that God hasn't ordained for you to be in. It's his will that you live the abundant life. It's not his will that you be oppressed or depressed. So when you pray, believe that you will receive. And when the answer comes, to be willing to get up and move like those lepers were. They really had nothing to lose. If they sat in where they were sitting outside the camp, they were going to starve to death. If they moved and went by faith into the camp, it was a possibility that they were going to get annihilated. But at least by moving, they know that they were going to be able to get the resources they need to remain alive. And so the situation may not be a situation of physical life and death, but it could be a situation of spiritual life or death. It could be something that's affecting your emotional state, that's not bringing life into your emotional state. So you may need to get up and move and go to the next level where God is trying to take you. So to bring this down a little bit, sometimes when life brings us situations or circumstances that seem unbearable, a lot of times we go through by faith. But when God said it's time for it to be over, when he put in our hearts and mind it's time to move, we need to be moving by faith. A lot of times we may just get this urgency. It's time to move. That's the Lord prompting you. Sometimes we may hear a small, still small voice. That's the Lord prompting you. If you belong to him, you've accepted Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior, then he speaks to his people. We don't all the time hear. But with that being said, guys, get up and move. This is your cue. So I hope this video has been helpful, guys. If it has, please give it a like. If you believe this channel can help you grow spiritually, please hit that subscribe button. And with that being said, you guys have a wonderful day. See you in the next video.